This is Christopher Davis with the Sanford News Network. Right now I'm standing in a hallway near one of Sanford's best kept secrets. The student body may not know a lot about this organization, but this organization plans events throughout the year for students, from your school, your city, to homecoming, to all the way to the spring semester with Spring Fling. I had the opportunity to sit down with key players that make these events possible. When the SAC plans an event, they might have to pull in all of their committees, or just one. Planning can take a long time, or a short amount of time. It depends on the event.
Well, a lot goes into planning the events that SAC does. And each event is kind of different. Homecoming is just such a large-scale event, and we really pull in all these different areas of SAC. You know, SAC is broken out into music and annual events, special events, and public relations. And for something like homecoming, all four areas are used. We have a bonfire concert, so we need the music people. We have, you know, the event people obviously are needed, and then we even just PR everywhere. So, like, it's months to plan an event. It takes months of just planning, brainstorming, and then just doing the basic details of ordering the food and talking to vendors. The music side, I mean, you just have to book artists and do hospitality. So it's something, depending on how large the event is, takes more time. A smaller event can be done in 2 weeks, but a larger event might take 4 months.
Before the SAC chooses a music artist for your school, your city, a bonfire, lighting up a way, Spring Fling, and just a music concert hearings, listen to what Sanford students want to hear first.
We have to start by listening to our audience. We have to definitely not just do the bands that we want to hear personally. We have to actually have a good ear for what Sanford wants to hear, and so we actually have a few surveys that we do throughout the year, and just a lot of talking with your friends and figuring out what they want to hear and what's going to be reasonable for our budget. So it's a tough call when you have to combine what Sanford wants and the budget that we have, but we do our best.
There are students who say SAC has improved through the years by the scale of events, and advertising has kept them better informed.
I feel like since my freshman year, these events have gotten a lot larger and more people have known about them, and they've become more of like a tradition on campus, and like students are in the know more about what's going on. And I feel like we're better informed than we were my freshman year about things going on. And that's something I really appreciate as a senior, kind of knowing what's going on and knowing how I can get involved, and knowing when events are usually going to take place and how I can be best involved in those.
Students like the way SAC has planned events, but they also say they can change the location from time to time.
I mean, sometimes it gets a little crowded in Harry's, so maybe doing a couple more things out on Ben Brown, but I mean, other than that, I mean, it's been a great planning.
The SAC will have surprises for the student body beginning next year. SAC is hoping that the surprises will enhance the Sanford experience, current and future.
We are adding an event to homecoming next year, and it's going to be Thursday before the big game, and we're having a homecoming banquet. We're not sure exactly the logistics of that or where it's going to be, but we're going to have a band, there's going to be dancing, some food. Nothing's final, but we've already had an SAC committee member set aside to start planning that, and has some great ideas. So that is new. As far as events go, we're also trying to implement scanners at all of our events, so we're hoping that eventually we'll create a culture where everyone will bring their student ID to every event, and we will scan it to track attendance. And eventually we'll give out prizes based on your attendance and things like that, so it both benefits the student and benefits us because we'll know who are attending our events.
After sitting down and talking to students and faculty members, I can say that I'm looking forward to events next semester. For SNN, I'm Chris Davis.